All right.
I'll let you know when we're there. Says it's starting. Hi, okay, are we live? Yay!
Woohoo.
Yes, it says we're live. That took some time. Hey, everybody, if you're joining in with us live, can you just get in the comments? Let us know you see us, you can hear us. Jasmine, can you test your mic?
Yes, can you hear me?
Can you hear
You're
us?
good.
We're here.
Woo, I can't wait for this conversation.
Oh, I'm so excited, Jasmine. And I already told you, I have this conversation with women like every day about confidence behind the camera and shyness. So if you're here, we're going to have the juiciest, most interactive, fun conversation about
Mhm.
confidence behind the camera to showcase our gifts and our branding and our business. So again, if you're with us live, go and chat, say hello, let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Mass. Jasmine's in the hot Florida sun. But I guess
Woohoo.
Rainy Ashley's here. She says loud and clear. Nice to see you, sis. Yeah, so today I'm really going to be giving Jasmine the mic to share her gifts with us and how to really overcome that low-key fear and anxiety we have getting behind the camera. Yeah, and if you feel that, just be seen in chat. I still can have that fear. So that is the discussion we're going to have today, and we're going to leave some room for questions. But without further ado, beautiful Jasmine, would you mind just quickly introducing yourself to our audience?
Yes, yes. So thank you for having me. I'm super excited. And just for anyone who's watching, sometimes I get a little nervous too, which sounds it might be ridiculous, but it's true. I'll get a little nervous too. I've been in television for over 30 years. I started off on camera at 15. Yeah, it was crazy. I was in Philadelphia, the number 4 TV market in the country, and I was a kid news anchor. Our show was called Kid Time News, and I was a twice daily news anchor. Yeah, and I was a short, fat girl with glasses. And there were no short, fat girls with glasses on television in the I don't even want to say how long ago it was. Um, you know,
Yeah.
but I did it. And but I've always I've always been in television. I've always been either in front of the camera or behind the camera. I over the past gosh, 20 some odd years, my job has been to show people how to feel more comfortable
Mm,
on television, whether it's like a mom and pop who's being interviewed for for their store, or someone who's trying to become, a talking head on a local or a national TV show. It's like helping people feel that comfort. It's what I do, and it's what networks have been paying me to do for decades. And
yeah.
having done it myself, because honestly, from that very first, I wish, I still had it, but I remember my first, like my audition, I was nervous as all get out. And
Yeah.
somehow they still chose me, you know?
Yeah.
What? Is this real?
Yeah.
Um, and so, 15 at 15 years old, being, all over the Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, like South Jersey area, like on TV twice a day was insane. So that's a little bit about me. I'm a brand visibility coach. And so I help women to really step into their power and get more comfortable, on camera and being visible so that their brand can be boosted. Because when you're visible, you make money, and, no one buys from a secret. So that's in a
Mm.
nutshell. It wasn't quick. I'm sorry.
It was, and I love how you shared your personal experience about being afraid to be on camera and being different at 15 years old, and yeah, and I can so relate. I grew up a chubby girl too. I was so chubby. They called me all kinds of names when I was growing up, and
Oh
even though
no.
yeah, and anybody else in chat, like I'm sure we carry those childhood wounds. Like my brother used to call me names, and even though I don't look that way anymore, I still sometimes feel that way because it's like been programmed in our brain.
Mhm.
And I love that you address that, because going on camera for our business can sometimes bring all that that baggage with us, when it's
Yeah.
like we've got a business to show, we can't be secrets. Like, yeah, thank you. Anybody else can relate to Jasmine's story, please say that in chat. Ashley's from Jersey, so she's from your area. I
Right.
damn, I feel called out. I used to be overweight too. Self-esteem was decimated. Yeah, totally, Ash, seeing you in that. And like really, life is what, like 100%. Um, what is that saying? Somebody help me out. It's not what happens to you, it's how you react to it. Jasmine,
Yeah. That sounds right.
we'll go with it.
We're going with it. Yeah.
But thank you for that. And so I want to ask a few questions, and anyone from the audience, if you have questions, but if it's okay, Jasmine, I want to share with you what I hear from my clients and my audience, and like their
Mhm.
hesitation to
Yeah.
even do like a live show, or like I promote a lot in my teachings, like hosting events and workshops and like teaching your mastery in like a small classroom, whether it's in person and Zoom. And a lot of women tell me like, I just don't like all that attention.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that forward facing. Like if they want what I had, they'll just find me, which is great confidence. But like what's like how can women overcome like this low key fear to not want to have all that attention?
That is such a great question. It's a loaded question too. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah.
So, I mean, there are a couple of things. Like I'll address a couple of things kind of like all in one bubble. Um, the number one thing is to really address what that fear is. And for a lot of us, and I'll say us because I can have that too sometimes, it's the fear of judgment,
Mm,
right? And so many of us are afraid of what people are going to say, and not even the strangers, because oddly enough, we don't give two F's about what the strangers in our digital world are saying, but what will our friends think about us in
oh,
doing this? What will my boss see this? What's going to be going through their mind? What about my coworkers?
mm,
And then you have that, and then also you don't want to feel stupid. No one wants to look stupid or feel stupid. And so you have that big ball of fear of judgment just kind of like hanging off of your neck, and that holds you back. But then you also have like this fear of not being perfect, right? You have all this perfectionism, which is the
absolutely.
first cousin of procrastination, really, if you think about it. Um, and then you have this fear of the tech. And if you're of a certain age like me, technology is not the easiest thing all the time.
Oh,
you know, like I didn't grow up with a smartphone. I mean,
yeah.
I, by I had maps. You know what I mean? So,
MapQuest.
oh, before MapQuest, even.
Okay, okay. Well, you look great for your age, son.
I'll let you in a little secret. I am 49.
No, you're not.
Yes, 49. I turned 49 a month and a half ago. Insane.
Hallelujah. You
Yeah.
look like 33. You look my age. You look great.
I will take that. Thank you.
Have it. Sorry, go ahead. I took you off course. Go ahead.
No, but it's just you just have this fear of technology. You don't know what you're doing, how to do it. And so and part of it, after you recognize what that fear is, like, because fear is huge, right? So
Yeah.
once you recognize what that fear is, then you can start to tackle it. And one of the ways is like the fear of judgment. Number one, I say don't give two F's what people think, because
Yeah.
this is your business. And you were talking about, people, I love the confidence too. It's like, well, if people want what I have, they'll come and find me. But that's not going to happen, because
Correct. Yeah.
this is a noisy digital world we live in right now.
Yeah.
It's not like the olden days where you could put up a flyer, people would see it in the town square and say, "Oh, hey, let me go check out, what Tiffany's doing today." Because that your town square is Instagram, it's Facebook, it's LinkedIn, it's all the things,
Yeah.
right? And there are millions of people on these platforms.
Yeah.
And you're not the only person doing what you do. So you have to show people who you are because they're not going to come knock on your door
No.
otherwise. So,
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to be afraid or do you want to eat? Those are your those are your options, really.
Right. And Jasmine, and I love that because, we do live in a noisy digital world. And I often relate like my show is like my diner placemat. When you go to a diner and it's got like all the local businesses and
Yeah.
like true story. And Ashley, yeah, I'm gonna get to you in a second. She's commenting. Like I've never called those businesses. I don't
Mm.
actually even know what they do, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
And our digital space is kind of like that placemat. Like we're just becoming familiar. But for people to actually experience what we do, our teachings, our knowledge, they have to come like experience it.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, Jasmine, like, do you know? And if you don't, I think it's going to be a lot, but like, what's the dollar amount businesses are losing when they choose not to do video? Do you have like those stats?
You know what? I kind of do. I kind of
Okay.
do. So and I did this research for a network marketer that I was working with, but the average network marketing salary, if you will, is about $94,000 US. All
Okay.
right. That's average. You're not high up in your company, but you're not just starting out
Yep.
either. Right. And the people who are making that average salary are the ones who are putting themselves out there. They're the ones who are the faces and the brands of their business. They're not just relying on whatever their company is providing as their materials and then just, like putting a link out on Facebook and saying, "Here, come buy my stuff." Like they're like the face of they are their brand.
Right.
um they're the ones who are making the 95,000 or 94,000 and above. The ones who aren't doing that, they're the ones who spend all of their money buying their company's products and going to their company's conventions and doing all of those different things that their upline says, if you do this, you'll make money. Trust me, look at me, as they do all the other things, and they're the ones who quit after 3 or 4 years because they've spent $94,000. They haven't made $9,400. So, you know,
I love that. And I want to just pause here because
yeah.
I think that's so important. Yeah, sometimes we can just and I believe you're speaking more along the lines of like MLM.
Yeah, the MLMs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because and I see this all the time where women, my friends, go into debt because they bought all the products and they can't get it off the shelf. They're like,
Yeah.
I've got 100 products here and I can't get it off the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got to showcase it, and I love that because they're at the conventions, they're doing video, they're showcasing their product
Yeah.
and putting it on video. Because yeah, if you do an in-person conference, you'll get the people in the room, but like you can put it on camera and get everyone outside the room too. And I love that number, average 94K. Like that's a very reasonable, like people are chasing that. That's a
Yeah.
that's a great income. Who here
It
likes to make
is.
94,000?
Right? I mean, and you're your own boss too,
Right.
when you're doing that. I mean, I was in an MLM for a lot of years. I left my TV job to move to France and do my MLM full time. And I had business builders and clients in like 7 or 9 countries. I forget what it was now, but every time I did a video, I made money. Every time I went live, I made money. Every time I went to my convention and I showcased what was going on, I made money. So there's a direct correlation.
Yeah. Visibility, right? Like that's why you're a
Mhm.
visibility branding coach. Every
Yeah.
time you showed your face and your product, people felt comfortable to buy.
Yeah. It's trust. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
trust. And you can literally be one video away from a multi-million-dollar business. You just needed to be in front of the right people. And but you just trust. There's this trust factor in the digital online noisy space. You don't know who to trust. You can't trust
Yeah.
words on your screen. You
Right.
can barely trust pictures now, but you can trust a live stream.
Yeah, and that was going to bring me to my next question. And I see you, Ashley. Ashley says, "Yeah, I want to make 94K." Yeah.
You can do it, girl,
Yeah, and Ashley has
and
such a
surpass it.
personality. Like Ashley, girl, you need to be on camera weeks ago. This girl has such a personality. You guys would be a great introduction, actually. But that was gonna bring me to my next question though, because I don't want to get side railed because I just love this chat. Like, how do you structure your videos, Jasmine? What would you say to somebody who's never gone live or
Mhm.
never done a reel, but has a product that literally will change lives? Like, how do you structure it?
Oh, there's so many ways. So with a live, I'll do live first because that's kind of like the easiest thing for me. I make notes. I don't write a script. I don't ever write a script, but
Awesome.
I'll have notes on my note in my notebook with just what I want to make sure that I cover. And you always want to start with, I mean, it's a story that you're telling, really. So you need a beginning, a middle, and an end. And your end is your call to action and a wrap up of everything that you've talked about. But if you're doing a demo, demos are so easy because you're just showcasing what you're doing and just talking about it while you're doing it and
Yep.
making sure to have your calls to action,
Yep. Yep.
throughout the video, throughout the live. And if you're doing an educational live stream or an educational video, just know what you're going to talk about. So just that's how I structure it. There has to be a beginning. Why am I doing this video? The middle, which is, the meat of the topic, and then the end, wrapping it up and the call to action. And that can help take the pressure off too, because you're not going to wing it. And if you see people who look like they're winging it, trust me, they are not. They've had notes, and even if they never look down at their notes, they've
They have,
practiced.
mhm.
And just the fact of writing it down will help with that muscle memory as well. And that eases some of your nerves because you're not worried about what you're going to say. Going back to the fear of looking stupid.
Yeah. And I love that intro. This is what we're going to talk about today. This is the meat of my discussion. Pillar one, two, and three, close. If you want pillar one, two, and three executed, download this guide or
Yeah,
join me here. Bleh.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
And
love that. Go ahead.
I was going to say for the reels, because you asked about reels too. So with your reels, it's pretty much the same, but you need a really good hook. And honestly, they need to be short. I do my reels are usually between 15 and 35, 45 seconds if it's just me. If I'm doing a breakdown of an interview, then I'll go maybe as long as a minute, but never over a minute. Um, and you have to watch your metrics too to see how long people have watched your videos and see where they drop off. So then, don't do that again. Um, but
Yeah.
it needs to have a good hook in the beginning and then get right. And that hook has to be quick and then get right to the point and then wrap that baby up.
Can you give us an example of a quick hook or one you've used recently and it like lit up like the 4th of July?
Um, you know what? Oddly enough, it was the beach. I did a video at the beach, was just the ocean, and it was my hook was something like I don't know, I deserve a break today or something
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? I just looked and I'm like, it has this many views? And it was across all of my platforms on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube. I mean, my YouTube short, and which isn't a ton of views, but I think it had like 7,000 views or something,
That's awesome.
which I hadn't had a video with that many views, and people watched the whole thing. It was 45 seconds of the beach, and I want to say there's a seagull walking around too. It's like, okay.
It, and I love the lax of it, right? Like it's so relatable because like you said, it's
Yeah.
a busy digital world and everyone's like performance addiction,
Hmm.
crazy, like do this, get this, do this work, la 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 la. We're all going banana sauce out here because we're overworked, overtired, and over anxious. But
Yeah.
that's so relatable. That 45 seconds of watching the beach and the seagull is so relatable.
Yeah.
And that was going to be my segue before we do wrap up. Like, thank you for that, Jasmin. And Ashley's loving all this. Thank you, Ashley, for all your engagement. Take notes, girlfriend, because this is your next homework assignment. Like, how do you make it relatable? I love the beach. And also because there's a lot of people who don't want to show their face. Like, we don't always have to have a full face of makeup or a fancy
No.
outfit. Like,
Yeah.
how do you personalize it like that?
I mean, know your audience, like know who you're talking to. Like that is the biggest thing. Otherwise, you're just talking into the void. So you need to know who your audience is and why you're talking to them. So know your why, know who you're talking to. And honestly, those two things will help ease some of that the nervousness that you have and that anxiety because your messaging is clear
Sure,
and
sure.
you know that you're helping someone and this is why I'm doing this and your why is bigger than your fear and your anxiety but so you have to know it and then also you know what I love and like the beach video had some text some copy on it with like I want to say it was something to do with basically giving yourself permission to take a break and giving yourself permission to not be on all
Yeah,
the time. And
absolutely.
so clearly that resonated with people because like you said, we're so busy and we're so on all the time. And you
Mhm.
don't have to do the full glam and all of that for your videos. You do want to show your face at some point, show your face, right? Show that pretty face. But you can do other pieces of content too. Like you can do, static posts where just text. You can do faceless reels. I do faceless reels, not a ton, but I do faceless reels. So just like at the beach or walking or, we're like there's one that's coming out that I'm posting this week, I think, or next week. I can't remember which, but it's ducks. It's ducks fighting for a piece of bread, you know. But it has a good hook. I hope it's a good hook, and the copy is easily relatable because it's something like, you're fighting to be seen in this noisy world where like these ducks are fighting over this one piece of bread. There's like 50 ducks fighting over one piece of bread. It was insane. Um, yeah, I'm sure blood was shed, but
Oh, poor ducks. Free the ducks.
I know. But that's how just take your everyday life
Yeah.
and turn it into a post because no one is looking for you to be perfect. No one is looking for you to be someone other than who you are. And so part of that authenticity is just showing people this is my personality.
Yeah.
And I like the beach. I clearly like watching duck fights. I don't know.
Right.
But but I also love to have fun and I smile and I'm bubbly and although I am quite shy, no one believes it, but I am quite shy. Um,
Aw.
I know, right? And so you just show all those different things to people and folks will relate. But the thing is you've showed them and you are showing up.
Yeah, and Jasmine, I'm going to point out a few things here because and y'all, if you are taking notes, please let me know what notes you got. I'm writing down fire, golden stars. Ashley saying, I feel like doing stories more could be my exposure therapy. Yeah, that could be
Oh yeah.
exactly, Ashley. That, like a 5-second story instead
Hmm.
of a reel might be more comfortable. And I know a lot of women who have started with stories over reels, and then they did a
Yeah.
lot, like taking in baby steps here.
Yeah, you don't
And
have to jump right into the deep end.
right. And even like there's a lot of tons of podcasts. They video it, but then they only share the audio and then later they do the camera stuff. Like you can do whatever you want in your business, but what Jasmine is saying here is like your why has to be bigger than your fear. And I really want to invite everyone that's here live or on the replay, like, share your why. Why do you do what you do? Because this is such a miss in my line of work. I see women forget why they got into this line of work.
Hmm.
They forgot. the day they said yes to their MLM, to their business, their side hustle that now is their full-time hustle, they forgot why.
Yeah.
And that's when we get caught up in this rat race and this burnout. We got to be perfect. Our reel has to look like Jasmin because she's a professional. She got 7,000 views. Let me copy her. No, no, no. Jasmin's doing Jasmin because she's confident in who she serves and why she's doing it. She's
Yeah.
doing as she is. Like, oh, I love that. Go ahead. Did you have something to say on that?
Well, I did. I just wanted to point out one thing because you said something that really struck me, and I think this can really help a lot of women who are watching,
Yeah.
especially if, we've got, I know you have a lot of, like high achieving corporate women who
Mhm.
may want to leave their corporate job, break
Mhm.
free, sister, break free. And right?
Yes.
And do something else, whatever their business will look like. And and just to show you like I walk I walk my talk my walk, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Um
Cooking. You eat your own cooking.
yeah, exactly. So I have videos that I did over this past year where they're still popping up online
Yeah.
and I don't like them at all because I don't like how I look in those videos. I
Um,
was 70 pounds heavier in these videos at the beginning of the year. And I look at them now and I'm like, holy crap, that was me. And I honestly don't like looking at them. But my why, the reason that I'm a brand visibility coach is I want women to be able to have the lives that they want without having to ask permission from their boss to spend time with their family, to go on vacation and not feel guilty about it, not be harassed when they're, trying to have a day at the beach, or if they want to, spend time with their newborn and not be asked to come off of maternity leave, you know, 3 weeks early. I mean, that's happened to people that I know.
oh
Right.
yeah.
So, like, I want that. Like, I want that for you. I want that for everyone who's watching. And and so that's why I do what I do. And
Mhm.
that's why I will never take down those videos because what I had to say was amazing and it was helpful. And if it helps someone else to get over whatever is holding them back from living their full life,
Yeah.
then it's worth my discomfort of looking at a video of myself where I don't like necessarily how I look. It's 45 seconds. It's fine. I'll survive, but it could help someone else thrive. So I'm all for it.
Preach, sister. Hold on, let me get the bell. Perfect. Yes. A little discomfort to save somebody's life, their discomfort, right? I'll be uncomfortable to save you from a life of discomfort working a job you don't like. And right, like I could go on about maternity. I hear horror stories, and my company always was like that. They used to talk crap about women who took maternity leave. They used to talk crap. Like, oh, she's lazy. She's taking the full 3 months. I'm like, it's not even that long. Like,
Right.
crazy. And now that I'm pregnant, I'm like, I couldn't even imagine working in that hostile environment. Like, thank God I did the uncomfortable thing and did this, and praying every woman here or who's not watching can do that too. And with your help, Jasmin, I'm really confident they can start making videos and getting 7,000 views and $7,000 cash collected months and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to wrap up here. Ashley's saying, my why. I want to help people move away from hyper independence and individualism and move towards interdependence and connection.
Aw,
Beautiful. Dr. Amanda's here. Hi, babe. I want people to live pain free and live naturally. Oh,
aw,
I love that. That's beautiful.
yes.
And I'm going to empower you sisters here with us. share that with your audience. It doesn't even have to be your face. Get ducks fighting. Like, I want you to live a pain-free life so you don't have to fight other ducks for the one piece of bread. Make it fun. Um, Jasmin, is there any questions for Jasmin, y'all, in the chat? Please let me know before I let her go. I'm also going to grab your free book, Jasmin,
Oh,
but if
yeah.
there's anything you want to leave us before I let you go.
Yeah, I encourage everyone who is watching when you are afraid and you're like, I can't do this. And I saw this post the other day where another video coach was like, don't tell people just do it. That's irresponsible. I disagree. Um, but I think, to help break that ice for yourself, just take your phone and record a 30-second video talking to yourself, really.
Oh, I
Just
uh,
say what do you like about yourself? And or just introduce yourself to yourself. Hi, I'm Jasmin. I love to travel. Whatever it is, and then you never have to show it to anybody. But guess what? You've now done your first video. So that's the monkey off your back. Now go do your second video and show it to the world. And if it sucks, it sucks. It doesn't matter because you did it.
you did it. Yep. Amen. Hallelujah. And guess what? If it did come out good, you could share it in every Facebook group that you're in. It
There you
could be
go.
an introduction for, memberships you're getting into, right? Like, how often are we entered in groups and asked to introduce ourselves? I share the same damn thing every time. Copy, paste. But you know what? I'm going to take your challenge. I'm going to create a video. So I'm going to start video uploading.
I
So
love it. Thank
thank
you.
you for that, sis. Oh, this was so good, Jasmin. I'm sorry it has to end. You've got another show coming on. Where can everybody find you? Where are you most active?
I am Fear No Video across all platforms. So LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I am Fear No Video. And I go live twice a week on almost all platforms except for Instagram because Instagram is stupid when it comes to live streams. For if you're trying to go live on several platforms at once.
Yep, yep.
But I go live twice a week, Wednesdays and Fridays at noon. And Wednesdays it's a conversation like we're having with different thought leaders. And then on Fridays, it's me yapping with hopefully some good information to help people get a better life on camera.
Oh, I love that. Wednesdays and Fridays, noon Eastern Standard. Uh, find Jasmin, and you're in the group, so I'm sure you're going to chime in
Yeah,
and
please.
your 30-second video introducing yourself. I
I'll
don't see
do
any
it.
chats coming through. I just uploaded your 5 secret sauces um, PDF. Thank you for that. And Jasmin, thank you for being here. I learned so much. I hope you all learned so much. And if you could, y'all, please share your biggest takeaways in the chat, whether you're here live or on the replay. It means a lot to me so I can continue to bring in super talented thought leaders every week. And I just want to know what you got out of this so we can continue to invite people like Jasmin back. But it also would give Jasmin some love too for being here. She invested a lot of time to be here with us. So just give her some love and let her know what you found most helpful. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, guys.